And Bill, looking at this printout of the runners, we see a lot of blue here, and that's how I highlighted the NCAA D1 All-Americans from cross country. They're all over the place.
A lot of depth, including the local team, Boston Athletic Association, and defending champion Annie Rodenfels with a 15:08 last year, really moving. And so a lot of competition. Track will go a little on fire, I think, but it depends. Every individual is different position. You know, some maybe a month from now will be in better shape, and someone else might go back. You know, such an intense sport. We're seeing that.
And we talked earlier about maintaining that peak level of performance. Again,
very hard.
The focus was obviously to be at your peak at the NCAA D1 cross country. But if you can come back here in 2 weeks and run a top level time that's going to get us through the indoor season until February, hey, that's gravy.
Yeah. You're not going to lose your fitness in 2 weeks. It would take like 3 weeks doing nothing or something. But these are very serious athletes. They're not. This isn't, this is serious.
This isn't a turkey trot, right?
No, this is not a turkey trot. This is a track trot, and it's track sprint at the end. And you got to have the guts and the determination, the training. And they know who these two leaders are. They know who Emma Coburn are and Danny Jones, these younger runners. But they want to beat them down the road because this sport is about giant killing. It's just for fun.
I mentioned earlier in the day about the spectators lining the rail. You see it now. It's happening. They're really going to get into it as we go through these kilometers. Danny Jones in the lead. Emma Coburn, steeplechase extraordinaire for the U.S. 71 and change for Jones as she takes a look at her watch. Katelyn Tuohy in the number 3 spot, and last year's champion Annie Rodenfels, number 4. So everybody is lining up front. They want to be where they have to be when the racing starts.
Yes, and like I said already, this young woman from North Carolina State, she wins. You're the best cross-country runner in the country. You're for real. Now you're going to see if you can go up another notch. Another notch. We'll see something tonight really interesting. But we all know Emma Coburn. She's still racing great. I think Danny Jones is a bit younger and earlier in her career. But it's going to be a great race just to watch this unfold and see who else wants to beat one of these champions. There's about 20 women in this race, and they're all really serious. They're focused, you know, and they all either want their PR or the fast time, and they want to, hey, this is a sport where you can do giant killing. And I think everyone's human, and that's it.
At 800 and 224, so 71-73, opening 400. Danny Jones still the leader. Emma Coburn, her New Balance team boss teammate, right behind her in second. We, I think, had mentioned about the depth of this field. 15:29 is the seed time cutoff. 15:29 for women's 5K.
Yeah, that's moving. That is moving. Really tough to get.
All right, Bill, so we're coming up on the first kilometer. We're going to see it just a little bit over 3 minutes as Jones, Coburn, and company, and here we come. It is 3:01 right there, so that's 15:05 pace.
Yeah, my gut thought is that Tuohy wants to hang on and then kick. We saw her kick at the NCAA cross country. She can smash it at the end of the race. You know, she did a tactics or everything. That's what we're seeing. She's not going into the lead. She's going to wait. That, you know, she's going to cruise control it, and then when she can go, she's going to go, I think. But she has competition. There's 6 or 7 women in the lead pack.
That's what I was just going to say, Bill. You're sitting number 8 right now. You're about 15 meters of open track from the lead group of 7. Are you panicking at all? It's only the 6th lap.
I'm surprised to see it split up at this pretty damn quick pace. I mean, you said this is at about 15:05 pace. Could be quicker. You know, watching that cross-country race, the way Katelyn moved up, nothing was stopping her. And the way she flew at the end, she was still moving quick. She wasn't dying. You know what I mean? She's a tactics person, and that always pays off. And Coburn and
Jones,
Danny Jones, they're just sitting tight. They're sitting tight. They're doing their job. They're pacers. They're not really worried about racing. They can knock this off. But these younger athletes coming up, out of this second pack, some of them will move up. We know that too.
And I just saw some jostling actually in that second group because they're running too wide while the front group is running single file procession.
Yeah.
So again, now the empty track is about 25 meters between number 7 and number 8. But still, Danny Jones, Emma Coburn,
Running
and
good.
then Annie Rodenfels, last year's champion, is behind Katelyn Tuohy. Also up front, where number 9 has Gabby Jennings from Adidas. She is in the number 5 spot. As that lead group of 7, just each separated by a stride or two. Obviously, if you know who's running ahead of you or who's behind you and you're only a stride difference, you're kind of comfortable. But if you don't know that person, do you kind of get on edge a little bit if you're running kind of tight?
Of course. But I think, the 2 leaders are here to do what they got to do. They're pros, in reality. But the ones coming up, who will have the edge, who's the fittest on the day, we're going to see. There's five young women, and hey, I think that Katelyn is going to score because she's so fit right now. I know the young collegians, Rodenfels, she's training on the track here and everything, but did she do cross country? Probably not. So I just think cross country gives you a phenomenal strength of spirit and fitness.
All right, 2 kilometers. Jones steps aside a little bit, allows Emma Coburn to lead. They went through in about 6:03, so slowed just a bit. So a 3:01, then a 3:02, but still sub 15:10. And again, the 200-meter banked or flat track and smaller track record is 15:12. The collegiate record, so is definitely still in play for Katelyn Tuohy and the other collegians in this field. So we have some pros up front. Also, Aisha Lear expected to be in it for the long haul. Annie Rodenfels, of course, running for BAA, the home team here. But Emma Coburn now in front.
And I think Coburn, she's a master of pacing. That is the steeplechase. You got to know what you are doing so well, and she is hammered away at the steeplechase so many years at the highest level. So she knows the watch so good. A lot of the younger runners, they're still learning it. But indoor track is so different because how often do you run indoor track? And that's what could throw people off. And it could. I assume Emma's doing some indoor work and the others, but she might be outdoors now, putting in mileage up in Boulder, her and Danny Jones.
Right, and you talk about indoor, obviously you're running Millrose, you're running hopefully the national championships of something of that nature,
True.
Or if there's the Worlds, which aren't this year, Worlds outdoor, but not Worlds indoor. So again, with the whole cycle of the Olympics and the Worlds thrown off because of COVID, with the Olympics actually taking place in 2021, it really did, it made some people take a look at their career again. Oh, it's only 3 years between the Olympics.
Some people,
let's go at it again.
Some people benefited really well. Look at Molly Seidel. She said in that year she gained a lot of strength,
All right, still in front, Emma Coburn, Danny Jones in second. Katelyn Tuohy has not flinched a bit. Number 3 spot, neither has Annie Rodenfels in number 4. Again, Rodenfels a year ago went 15:08 in a great 5,000 here at the Track and Tennis Center. Enjoyed calling that one, and again, a final rush to the line got Annie Rodenfels' victory.
Coming up on 8.5 minutes of racing, we're getting to the real nitty-gritty. This fatigue world begins. It's just, at this pace, you're going for records. You are on the edge when you go for a record.
And even the pros can get fatigued, and they are, you can tell.
Absolutely.
But again, the key pace to go through is 9:03, and we'll see that next time by if they're on pace to hit the target and to get Katelyn Tuohy an opportunity to break a collegiate indoor best.
I think they're under that.
Well, they're going to be right about on it. They are over 9. Here we go. Just going to be a little bit over 9:03.
Okay.
So we'll look up, and about 2 to 3 seconds behind pace. There goes Jones. Coburn now in the lead. Tuohy a stride or two behind because Jones stepped off of the track. We'll see if she fills that void.
Yep. So we've got 6 women here, 5. Coburn is picking up the pace a little. She's making them work. She's trying to drop them. She's not going to go the whole way, is she?
I don't know.
She might.
If we only could get inside her head, it's like, you know what? Why don't I just stay in it? Or at least a lap or 2 from the finish and maybe take Katelyn and Annie to a really fast time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's now down to 5 women and 4 women, really. 4 women in the top, in the hunt. Rodenfels, she wants to defend her title. She works out here. She runs for the BAA. This is Boston. She wants to run well. This is where she's living and working out and racing. But I still believe that young runners, they want to knock down the champions. So she's going to move Katelyn Tuohy. I believe it.
All right, here we go. We have Lear in 4th, Rodenfels in 3rd, Tuohy in 2nd, Emma Coburn still in the lead. Setting the pace, the crowd's starting to get into it. They know something special is right on the cusp.
Very intense, incredible. I remember reading about Katelyn Tuohy. Was she from Saratoga Springs, I believe?
She is from New York. So again, Bill, you said you've never been here for an indoor meet before.
No.
Did you realize what you're missing?
Yeah, I love track and field, and it's the ultimate competition, I think. Deeper than any other sport in the world. It's global, and this is nitty gritty.
All right, Coburn's opened up a little space. She steps off Annie Rodenfels. It's up to Rodenfels, Tuohy, and Lear. Tuohy looking a little fatigued right now as Rodenfels is going to take over and going to start to push the pace.
Well, she's got that pride that she's got the record here at 15:08, but Tuohy has not fallen back. She's about 2 yards back, maybe 3 yards, but it's about, let's see, 11 and a half minutes.
Yeah, she's in the number 3 spot right now, so Rodenfels has opened a gap. It's Rodenfels, then Lear, then Tuohy, so Tuohy's in the number 3 spot.
Rodenfels a bit older. She's got that edge. She's got that strength a little bit, and she's raced her before. And her teammates are here cheering her on. But I think, I don't know that Katelyn Tuohy can take the win because Rodenfels is opening a nice gap now. But I think time-wise, what Katelyn Tuohy does, that'll be key.
All right, so it is Annie Rodenfels. And then Aisha Lear running for Puma and New York Athletic Club. Rodenfels coming up to 4K at 12:09. So she's going to have to close the run what she did a year ago. 12:09, the crowd getting into it.
She's got 4 or 5 seconds on Tuohy and
Lear in 3rd, or in 2nd, excuse me. So Tuohy is going to have to close sub 3 minutes to have an opportunity to take down the 200 banked or flat track record of 15:12.
So Aisha Lear is running for New York Athletic Club and Puma. Pretty big outfits, both of them. And she's very fit. She's chasing Rodenfels, but I see Rodenfels as a clear winner. She's way up. She is psyched. She's just about at 13 minutes. And this is it. So
the record for a 200 banked, again, Emily Sisson from Providence in 2015 went 15:12. To be in the top 6, 15:15 or faster. Again, Annie Rodenfels has broken away from the rest of this field. She's getting some assists from lap runners, not able to, or not required to go outside, but she does here. 13:25 on the clock. Annie Rodenfels once again.
She's taken it. She's got it. And by the way, that Emily Sisson became a pretty good long distance runner. Nice marathon in Chicago. So I think this is the process. These athletes are getting older, stronger. Some will move to the marathon. Some will be 5K or be a steeplechaser like Coburn.
And we'll see now. It looks like Tuohy, and she does move. She takes a foot off neutral and on the gas, and she's coming. She's now in the 2nd place. 2 laps to go for Annie Rodenfels. Katelyn Tuohy, knowing she has to move to potentially have a shot. The crowd is getting into it. Aisha Lear in 3rd, and then comes the duo from Alabama, Olamoma and Shalanga in 4th and 5th.
I mean, Rodenfels is running a really fine race. So is Tuohy. So is Lear, but Tuohy has gapped her significantly, and she is pushing for all she's worth now.
Bell lap for Rodenfels, 14:34, the crowd. The hands are together. Here comes Tuohy at 14:40. He's going to take her 31 seconds to get around to set a new collegiate indoor record in the 5K.
She is moving.
Shalanga and Olamomoy from Alabama now in 3rd and 4th. Annie Rodenfels running through the line. A year ago, she went 15:08.5.
The Alabama runners waited for their kick. They waited a bit too long. They won't catch Tuohy.
And it looks like her time is about 3/10 better than a year ago. Tuohy is not going to get the indoor collegiate record. She will go sub 15:20. And the teammates from Alabama 3rd and 4th. So Annie Rodenfels 15:08.22, Katelyn Tuohy 15:15.92. All the focus was up front, Bill, but these times coming down, 4th place 15:18.
Everything. The Alabama runners waited for the end and then felt confident, I can move.
Extremely deep field as the top 6 goes sub 15:20.
And it's so early in the season, Phil. This is the deal.
It is
it's
December
early
3rd.
In the track season. So you got to feel your way, and everyone's so fit from cross country. That's what we're seeing. What great racing.
So taking a look at the results on your screen again, there it is. Annie Rodenfels 15:08.22. She takes a couple tenths off of her performance from a year ago. And it looked like the top 15 under 15:45. Not too shabby. And those are the numbers that these collegiate athletes are putting up on the board that they hope will last in actually the top 12 go 15:45 or faster.
Yeah. 10th place, 15:34. Very good. A lot of depth.
So these athletes hoping those times last is in that top 16 or 18 in the country, so they don't have to go out there and bust another 5K, and focus on some DMRs and maybe 3,000s and even dropping down to the mile every once in a while.
Yeah, get sharper. Because cross country makes you strong but not sharp. So it's the shifting of gears to track, and quicker paces and kick finishes.
All right, next up on the track, heat number 2. Don't go away. Lots of talented